products and treatments discussed are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent disease. Make your physician aware of all nutritional supplements used and immediately notify your physician if you have any health concern or undiagnosed sign or symptom. Let's Talk Nutrition is a health talk show that features scientists, authors, nutrition specialists, personal trainers, holistic healers, and experts in traditional, natural, and integrative medicine. Listen for a chance to win daily prizes and follow Let's Talk Nutrition on Facebook and Instagram at Let's Talk Nutrition or on Twitter at LTN Radio. It's time for some inspiration. Tune in to get fit and healthy. It's time to talk about nutrition. Nutrition for your body, your mind, your spirit. It's time to talk about proper exercise, stress relief, eating well, and supplementation to help. Get ready to take charge of your health because your health is your wealth and the wealth of those who care about and love you. It's time for Let's Talk Nutrition with Dr. Michael Garko. Welcome to the show.
And welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition. Thanks for tuning in today. Glad you could stop by and spend a few moments. My guest in this hour is going to be Charlotte Trass, one of LTN's faves, and we're looking forward to speaking with her. Of course, we always look forward to speaking with you too, and look forward to you calling the show. I love it when you call. I say that 100 times. Say it because I mean it. We want you to, enjoy the show, but also to see the show as a way to help you take more charge of your health, right? And to do better all the way around. And so we're here to do that. And you call, can't diagnose and treat you, but uh, can consult with you. Do that all the time, with clients. So yeah, all good. I got a text message from Katie. Dell, one of our listeners, informs us that Publix is selling 8 cans of Celsius for $10. In case you want to know, I know you have a bunch of Celsius fans out there. Celsius is a sponsor of the show, but yeah, there you go. Thank you, Dell. Dell's a man. He he's a avid Celsius user, Katie. My goodness.
He is.
Yeah, good product. I like it. I use it.
Just a side
And
note for anyone that may be listening, that's just a local Tampa thing, so not all over the
yeah, we would create a problem for Publix, then, wouldn't we? We don't clarify that.
or a
Good
problem for
job.
the person looking at their grocery store trying to find the deal.
Yeah, it's a pretty good deal. And as I said, Charlotte Trass is our guest today. I'm going to bring her on right away because I like to hear what she has to say. Charlotte, welcome to the show. Just saw you a little bit ago on the show, and it's always, we can never get to have you on here too often, so it's good to have you back.
Oh, thanks for having me. I love being on with you.
Yeah, we love having you here. You make a nice contribution. So, what's on your mind? What did you want to share with the audience? What it's important. I know you're a very deliberate and thoughtful person. You're not just going to willy-nilly pick something to talk about. You must have something on your mind about it, whatever it is.
Yeah. Well, you know me.
I do.
I wanted,
What do you think?
it's like,
What would you like to
you
do
know.
today?
Well, I wanted to talk a little bit about, your overall foundation, your foundational nutrition, and how that's really going to impact you right now. We have a lot of stuff going on, and from stress to, obviously the pandemic is continuing and things are, even increasing in some states. And I think that people are forgetting the really ABCs of nutrition, the
Mm,
ABCs of foundational nutrition, and how that
mm,
can make a huge impact, but also how it can support systems in the body. I think everyone right now, the hot topic is immune health, right? And everyone's like, I want the immune wonder thing, right? The thing that's going to do everything. And I often say, first of all, when you're talking about the pandemic that doesn't exist, and second of all, what we really have to do is look at your body as a whole and try and set up really good foundations so that you're really maximizing your best body and your best health. And so that's what I wanted to talk about today.
So, foundational nutrients, is that what you're trying to get out?
Yeah, like I think multivitamins are a really powerful thing, and people often overlook them because they don't do this thing where they feel an instant difference. You take a multivitamin for one day, and the next day you're not like, oh my gosh, I feel 1,000 times better. But multivitamins don't work that way. If you feel 1% better the next day, the likelihood is you're really not going to notice that. What happens is that nutrients have to build up in your body has to find its new balance, its new norm. And after, a week or 2 weeks, you're going to reach a new norm. But what's going to happen is you're going to reach it so gradually, you might not really even notice it until you stop taking that supplement or you stop taking that multivitamin. And then you all of a sudden are like, wait a minute, something's different. I feel a little different because, obviously your nutrition levels are going to drop drastically because you're not taking that multivitamin. So we tend to notice when we're not taking something rather than when we are taking something. And that's why I think foundational nutrition is super important.
Boy, uh, there's a lot of truth to what you said about you notice that you don't, sometimes you may not notice that something is working until you stop taking it. And when you do that, you realize that, oh, let me play devil's advocate. And again,
Sure.
I'm just devil's advocate. I don't believe what I'm going to tell
I love
you. I'm
it.
just trying to tell you what others have said, even to me. They'll say, multivitamins, they're a waste of time. And I'll say, oh, okay. Because I've recommended to a client, get a good pharmaceutical grade, high end multivitamin. They say, well, I don't think that really is going to work. I say, well, why is that? Because it's trying to do everything. And I got this problem,
Mm.
and I want you to focus on that problem. Tell me what to take and do for that problem. And I say, oh, I give them an answer. What would you say to a client if the client said that to you?
I think it's the magic bullet theory, right? That I feel like, okay, so let's say I have digestive issues, right? So I need something that's going to solve my digestive issues. And instead of like dialing it back a little bit and asking some broader questions, because here's the thing, your body isn't just made up of one system at a time. It's not like I have a headache, so there's obviously something wrong with me, and it just has to do with headaches. Or I have a stomach ache, and it's obviously just my digestive system. What people forget is that all of the systems in your body are connected, right? And when they're connected, your body has stores, and whether it's energy stores or nutrient stores that it calls upon to support your body overall. So here's something: vitamin C, right? Everyone just thinks of it like, it's vitamin C, right? I had an orange yesterday, I'm good. But what they people don't really realize is that vitamin C is vital for multiple things in the body. First of all, it's a great antioxidant. People are like, well, antioxidants, I hear it's a buzzword. What does it mean? Well, you cut an apple in half, it turns brown, right? That's because it's oxidizing. Antioxidants, help to quench that, to help the apple from stop turning brown. So it's basically helping your body to not oxidize as fast. And that's great. That's what we want when we're trying to age gracefully. We also need vitamin C to fuel our immune system. We also need vitamin C to help with collagen. So if you're looking to improve your skin health, you can't use collagen and you can't produce collagen well without vitamin C. So it all dials back, right? And I would say that it's really easy to look for the magic bullet instead of looking for an overall foundational health that applies to different nutrients. Older adults usually have issues with not having enough zinc in their body. And what happens with zinc deficiency is that you can start to feel, immunosuppressive side effects. So you have to say, okay, how's my zinc level? The crazy part is that can you take too much zinc? Yes, the answer is yes. So you want to find something that's balanced, right? And I think that these micronutrients are just kind of people are just like, oh, multivitamin doesn't do anything. But the truth is that we're all not eating the way that we should be. We're probably not sleeping the way that we should be. We're probably not handling stress the way that we should be, right?
Right.
All of those things can deplete micronutrients in your body.
Okay.
Magnesium.
All right.
Yep,
I
sorry.
have to cut. I have to cut you off. I just want to tell you. I don't
Do
know
it.
if you were listening to my first hour, and I'll tell you what I said and what I did, and it's like as if you and I prepared for this show today and talked on the phone at length as to what we were going to do. It's amazing. It's not a coincidence, though. One of our favorite guests, smart as a whip, Charlotte Trask. We'll be right back from the new chapter.
Feel tired, lethargic, or irritable? Take Solace. You're one of millions of Americans that has trouble falling asleep or staying asleep. In fact, according to a national survey, 54% of adults have trouble sleeping. So what can you do about it? Take Solace. Solace is an all-natural dietary supplement formulated to support healthy sleep and relaxation. Solace can help you fall asleep and stay asleep naturally. Formulated with all-natural ingredients, Solace is non-addictive and won't leave you feeling groggy in the morning. Take Solace an hour before bed and feel the calming effects of this extensively researched sleep and relaxation aid. For more information on Solace, call toll-free 877-533-7066 or visit takesolace.com. That's 877-533-7066 or take SOLUS.com. Look for Solace in your local health and nutrition store. Solace, for a good night's rest naturally.
Did you get enough calcium today? 85% of women over the age of 20 and 50% of men over the age of 30 consume less than the recommended daily intake of calcium. One of the best ways to protect your bones and joints, Bone-Up provides Australian hydroxyapatite, the very same form of calcium found in the human body. However, strong bones and joints require more than calcium. Magnesium, zinc, manganese, copper, silicon, vitamin C, vitamin D3, vitamin K, and boron are all beneficial to optimum joint function. Bone-Up gives you all of these. Bone-Up is the most healthful nutritional regimen for bones and joints. Ask for Bone-Up at your local health food store. Or, for more information, go to www.jarrow.com for the best in calcium formulas.
This is Dr. Michael Garko, and you're listening to Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. If you want to find out more about the show, visit my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com. Dr. Michael Garko, host of Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. You can get more information about the show on my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com. This is Dr. Michael Garko, and you're listening to Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. If you want to find out more about the show, visit my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by American Biotech Labs, your daily immune system support. Celsius, Live Fit. CV Sciences, from seed to shelf. New Chapter, the benefit of nature's wisdom. Jarrow Formulas, superior nutrition and formulation. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
And welcome back. Welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition. Charlotte Trash, educator for New Chapter, is our guest today. Charlotte, welcome back. In the first hour, I tried to give the listener and the viewer some insight into what might happen when you're working with a client. And an actual client, 35-year-old male, had been diagnosed with a duodenal ulcer. And then a stool analysis was done, and it was found that he had H. pylori bacter, lactoferrin level was high, secretory immunoglobulin A, SIG-A was high, all confirmed that he had a bacterial infection, H. pylori bacterial infection, running high inflammations indicated by lactoferrin and the SIG-A. And it turns out that H. pylori is one of the, if not the main cause of peptic ulcer. Duodenal ulcer is a type of peptic ulcer. And I said to the audience that in working with the client, I had those labs, but I sat and talked with the client, want to know about the client's life, what's going on, what's your lifestyle, what are your concerns? In other words, what is the holistic picture in terms of lifestyle? What is the holistic picture in terms of the diet and lifestyle? And to your point, all these things get interconnected at different levels, right? The micronutrients are interconnected. Everything's interconnected. And so I agree with you 100%. Man, it's such a great point that you made.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I think that again, we just want this magic bullet, right? We just want one thing, and we want it to solve everything. And I wish it worked that way. I really do. I think that what people tend to come to me with is this theory that there's this weight loss supplement out there that they can eat anything they want and take one pill and not worry about it. And I always say, trust me, if it existed, I would have found it myself. But,
100%.
Yeah, we would
For
know.
sure.
You and I would know.
Right. And we could pack it up, go home, we're done.
Well, and that's the thing is that I really think that health is a multi-directional approach to your whole body, and everything is important. And people often, are saying, well, why do you need to know, how much I'm sleeping a day, or why do you need to know, what I ate for breakfast? And I say, trust me, the littlest thing that you are not paying attention to can often have the largest results and the largest impact on your body.
Sure, ask a client to keep a food diary for 2 weeks. I say, why?
Mhm.
I say, because I'm looking for a pattern. I'm looking for patterns. What's your pattern of eating? Trying to discern what your relationship with food is, what you eat, when you eat, why you eat, where you eat, with whom you eat, all constitute that relationship. And it's not just, people think, oh, I go to a nutritionist. I'm going to have this one session. I'm going to say, you know what, I got stomach cramps, or I'm constipated, and fix me. Really? Okay. No, it's not. Doesn't work that way. I'll preview a client before I take them on. Talk to them on the phone first. What are they?
Mhm.
Sometimes the person is not the right person. They won't do well with me because I'm expecting a commitment. They're looking for a quick fix, and uh, I don't do drive-by nutrition. I don't do that.
I
Do it.
love that phrase, drive-by nutrition. We're so
No,
used to drive-through nutrition that I think people want that instant result. And I really feel that it's setting up good foundations, but I also think that part of it is that you look at your overall lifestyle and you get used to things, right? I say that sometimes we don't even realize that we're not feeling well because it so gradually happens. I meet people all the time who are lactose intolerant, and they say, I eat ice cream, or I eat this, and I feel terrible after, and I know it's my fault because I had ice cream. And I'm like, okay, cool, but like, where is, lactose in the rest of your diet? And they're like, well, I don't have a problem eating cheese. And I'm like, are you sure about that? And then the next thing you ask them to go dairy free, and they're like, I didn't know I could feel this good. And that's because they've been eating dairy their whole life. And so until you're willing to look at the whole picture, you really have to evaluate, is this what's happening, and how is it happening? And you have to be willing to cut some things out and add some things in, and pay attention. We're a society that doesn't pay attention when our body is telling us something. We work through the pain, right? And sometimes, like, look, you're training for a marathon. Every marathoner knows you gotta go through the wall, right? At some point, you're going to hit a wall, and you got to go through that. But that's a special event. That's not an everyday event. You shouldn't be having to push through the wall to go and get your regular life schedule done. And if you are, then you're pushing your body past its limits, and that could be having a large effect.
877-897-8255. You too can talk to Charlotte Trask. So I'm a big fan of multivitamins too. But not all multivitamins are created equal, right?
Well, thank you for saying that. I don't think so. I'm biased.
You and I know so.
Chapters. And I love the multivitamins that we make for multiple reasons. One is that we don't believe in mega dosing. I'm not a fan of mega dosing. A lot of times people think more is more, and it's really not when it comes to nutrition.
More can end up being less in terms of your health because you can have side effects. Yeah, people have to remember, we all have to remember that these nutrients, this is chemistry, it's biochemistry. Food is about chemistry, it's about a lot of things, but it's also about biochemistry. And these are chemical compounds. And you don't want to blow up the lab. You're the lab. You don't want to blow up the lab. Sometimes you can put too much and you get these awful side effects. So we'll be back with Charlotte Trask.
The latest trend to hit the store shelves has the whole country buzzing. Cannabidiol, or CBD, might just be the greatest discovery of our generation, and it comes from a plant that is not so new, agricultural hemp. Yes, after 70 years of prohibition and misunderstanding, hemp is back to help you stay healthy and balanced. Growing research is showing that we have a lot to learn from the remarkable hemp plant. Nutrient-rich products like Plus CBD Oil's Total Plant Complex concentrated products provide broad-spectrum nutrition, including fatty acids, plant sterols, cannabinoids, terpenes, and naturally occurring vitamin E. From seed to shelf, all Plus CBD Oil products provide the highest quality hemp-derived CBD products available and are offered in a variety of delivery systems and flavors to suit your needs. Ask your local independent health food store about Plus CBD Oil products by CV Sciences today and learn more about the CBD evolution at pluscbdoil.com. That's pluscbdoil.com.
Dr. Michael Garka, host of Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. You can get more information about the show on my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com. Dr. Michael Garko, and you're listening to Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. If you want to find out more about the show, visit my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com. This is Dr. Michael Garko, and you're listening to Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. If you want to find out more about the show, visit my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com. Dr. Michael Garko, host of Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. You can get more information about the show on my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com. This is Dr. Michael Garko, and you're listening to Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. If you want to find out more about the show, visit my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com. This is Dr. Michael Garko, host of Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. You can get more information about the show on my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by CV Sciences, from seed to shelf. New chapter, the benefit of nature's wisdom. Jarrow Formulas, superior nutrition and formulation. Form Essentials, makers of the sleep aid Solace. Yerba Prima, pioneers in internal cleansing. Strauss Herbs, everything our bodies need is provided by nature. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Welcome back. Welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition. Charlotte Trask, educator for New Chapter, is our guest today, talking about multiple vitamins and how they can have multiple effects, and good ones if you have a good supplement. And New Chapter has figured out how to put a good multiple together. Sure. Let's talk about the specific ones that you had in mind that the listener or viewer might want to know about and start to consider taking.
Sure. So I think the first question that you have to ask yourself is, how many vitamins am I really willing to take a day? I mean, that's a really great question, right? Because if you're only willing to take one multivitamin a day, a one a day is your best shot. We make every woman's one daily, we make every man's one daily, and we make ones in different life stages, like a 40 plus and a 55 plus. So if that's what you're looking for, then once per day, that's where you want to go. Now, I am a big fan, and some people aren't, of taking multiples per day. And the reason I like this is because I believe it keeps my bloodstream more constant with nutrients throughout my day. So I take one in the morning, I take one right around the afternoon, and then around that 3 o'clock lull, I take another one. So I take 3 per day. And the reason I do that is because I really enjoy having my bloodstream be constant, and I actually feel a difference around 3 o'clock when my body tends to start to go, hey, don't you want another cup of coffee? And it's actually like, no, I just want a little bit more nutrition to help me through my day. So if you're looking for more nutrition, you can't take multiples per day. We make an advanced women's multi. We make an advanced men's multi, and those are multiples per day. Sometimes they're two, sometimes they're three, depending upon your age and life stage. And all of our multivitamins include an herbal complement that's complementary for your age and life stage as well. And, with herbs, I think that adding those in, we don't get enough herbs and spices in our diets normally, and this is a way to incorporate them in a really easy way.
877-897-8255. Um, these particular nutrients and these particular supplements generally from New Chapter, they're food, but in a different form, correct?
Mhm. Yeah, I like to think so. What happens is that we ferment our vitamins. So what happens is that we take this, Saccharomyces cerevisiae, fancy name for brewer's yeast, guys. And what happens is that we feed it these nutrients, and it incorporates it. So it basically incorporates it into its cell structure. So basically what happens is it's like taking vitamins in a brewer's yeast shell, and your body goes, brewer's yeast, it's like food, I know what to do with this, and it incorporates it into your body. And that's kind of the beauty behind fermentation. But the other beauty behind fermented nutrients is that they actually show a higher antioxidancy than nutrients that aren't fermented. So fermented vitamin C actually has more antioxidants than just regular vitamin C. So we feel it gives your body a little extra nudge, which we love too.
Excellent. In fermentation, I think you explained it, but person may ask again, why ferment them? What are you trying to do? Potentiate the nutrient? You're trying to put it within a food context. Is that what you were trying to say or said?
Yeah, yeah. And in an easy way, we're trying to put it in food context, but we're also trying to pre-digest those nutrients a little bit, break them down a little bit so they're easy for your body to recognize. Look at the difference between milk and yogurt, the difference between cabbage and kimchi, and even in soy. You have your regular soy, which can have estrogenic effects, but then you can have fermented soy, which has estrogen balancing effects that you see with miso and fermented soy products. So again, fermentation actually is a great way to break hard to digest nutrients down and make them easier for your body to recognize.
Let me ask you, since you brought it up, a little sidebar. How do you feel? How do
Okay.
you feel about soy? Consuming soy? Don't give me,
I
don't give, and I know you won't. Don't give me an edited version. What is your take? What is
Mhm.
your honest take about that?
Well, I will say that I think that personally, I like soy. I like soy products. But I think that like anything, too much of a good thing is too much of a good thing. It's about balance and incorporating balance in. And I think that plant-based nutrients are fantastic. I think it's possible to go overboard with anything. When we look at, there's been reports in science about, men who overconsume in soy and they get over estrogenic effects and they can grow breasts, right? That's like the really, I would say, hard end of the spectrum where people are like, oh my gosh, I don't want that to happen to me. But again, that was
Yeah.
at extremely high doses. And I think that's misleading, So I
Uh
think
huh.
there's a balance to soy, but I
What?
prefer fermented soy.
Okay, that you were just reading my mind. I was just going to ask you, honestly. Um, some argue that the fermented soy is the way to go, and not into
Mhm.
eating non-fermented soy is risky business. But the fermented soy is where the benefit is. Your take?
Well, I like fermentation as a whole. I mean, if when we're looking at soy, yes, are there parts of soy that are hard for your body to digest and utilize? Yes. Is it, shown to be estrogenic in some ways? Yes. Do those things get canceled out when you ferment it? Yes. So doesn't fermenting it make sense? Yes, absolutely. And again, like babies and milk, right? You have a 6-month-old baby, you don't want to give it cow's milk. Why? It's too hard on the baby's stomach to digest. It's not broken down enough. but you ferment it, you make it yogurt. That's one of the first foods doctors recommend that you give babies to test their stomach and see how easy it is for them to digest. So fermentation really breaks things down. And that's exactly what you want when you're talking about nutrition. And there's a lot of great effects that can happen when you do fermented soy. Fermented soy is one of the foundational foods in Japanese health. And, of course, if you look at Japanese health rates, they're doing pretty well. So,
Excellent. That wonderful description and explanation. 877-897-8255. I've always steered away from soy. At one time, I was consuming it, and then I started to read, and you get, I'm more informed, and I became concerned, and then I started reading the literature where they were talking about fermentation and fermenting soy and the benefits associated with it. Just a little sidebar. 877-897-8255. Charlotte Trass is our guest today from New Chapter. They have these wonderful multivitamins. That's not one fit all. They're gender specific, age specific, and so on. That's how you want to do it. It's sort of like a individualized dietary supplement approach, right? That's all good. LTN, coast to coast and globally, featuring Charlotte Trass from New Chapter. We'll be back.
Wayne Elliott here to tell you about my experience with Strauss Heart Drops over the past 20 years. The Strauss Heart Drops saved me back then and changed my life forever. It's hard to describe how invigorating it is when you increase your blood flow everywhere. The Heart Drops have proven to dissolve plaque from arteries, veins, and vessels caused from cholesterol that can restrict or block our blood flow, our body's most important function. I was able to avoid open heart surgery, as was my father, and instead cleared our arteries painlessly and without chemical drugs, which, by the way, do not claim to remove any plaque or increase blood flow otherwise. Strauss Heart Drops work, I can assure you. No contraindications with pharma drugs. Strauss Heart Drops are safe, and Strauss guarantees your satisfaction with a money-back guarantee. So you can't go wrong and certainly have nothing to lose. If you've had open heart surgery, angina, diabetes, low energy, cold hands and feet, or grayish-blue skin or lips, Strauss Heart Drops are for you. For more information, go online to StraussNaturals.com. You can purchase Strauss Heart Drops at fine health stores or on Amazon. I promise you won't be sorry.
Stress and toxicity we are exposed to from our environment, diets, and lifestyles make internal cleansing a necessary part of a good health regimen. Founded in 1980, Yerba Prima was the first company to launch a whole-body internal cleansing kit. Since that time, they have continued to develop and manufacture a complete range of all-natural, high-quality fiber and internal cleansing products. By using all-natural psyllium fiber and no harmful stimulant laxatives, all Yerba Prima fiber and internal cleansing products can be used over a long period of time to ensure optimal health and regularity. With nearly 30 years dedicated to all-natural cleansing products, it's easy to see why Yerba Prima is a leader in the fiber and cleansing products category. Learn more at yerbaprima.com, YERBAPRIMA.com, or visit your local health retailer. Yerba Prima, pioneer in internal cleansing products. Did you get enough calcium today? 85% of women over the age of 20 and 50% of men over the age of 30 consume less than the recommended daily intake of calcium. One of the best ways to protect your bones and joints, Bone Up provides Australian hydroxyapatite, the very same form of calcium found in the human body. However, strong bones and joints require more than calcium. Magnesium, zinc, manganese, copper, silicon, vitamin C, vitamin D3, vitamin K, and boron are all beneficial to optimum joint function. Bone Up gives you all of these. Bone Up is the most healthful nutritional regimen for bones and joints. Ask for Bone Up at your local health food store. Or, for more information, go to www.jarrow.com for the best in calcium formulas.
Dr. Michael Garca, host of Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. You can get more information about the show on my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com. This is Dr. Michael Garco, and you're listening to Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. If you want to find out more about the show, visit my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com. This is Dr. Michael Garco, and you're listening to Let's Talk Nutrition on this station.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by Jarrow Formulas, superior nutrition and formulation. Strauss Herbs, everything our bodies need is provided by nature. Kyolic, aging makes the finest garlic truly odorless. Celsius, live fit. Irwin Naturals, premium vitamins and supplements. 25 years of gold standard supplements. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garco.
Welcome back. Welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition. Here's the LTN health question of the day. This is very simple. Charlotte's been talking about multivitamins from New Chapter, and they're always innovating, right? They're always trying to figure out how to make it better. Here's the simple question. Do you think New Chapter has just a couple of multivitamins, or do you think they have quite a few that give you a lot of choices? What do you think it is? A few or a lot? You can answer that. Here's the number to call.
877-897-8255. That's 877-897-TALK.
Yeah. It's in many ways, Charlotte, dietary supplements are a blessing and a curse. They're a blessing because they can provide so many functional nutritional benefits and can fit into a plan or a program for a client to help that client restore their health, wellness, and well-being. But at the same time, many people do what you said in the first block today. They see dietary supplements as these magic bullets. And all I need is to load my gun with one magic bullet and I'll get it done. That's the dilemma. And boy, if you have somebody who believes that magic bullet approach, it's hard to disabuse them of that notion,
Yeah, I think that, I also say take, everything, and I believe this about life, is really taken from a practical approach, right? You have a target. You're trying to hit it. If you're trying to hit it with one magic bullet, your likelihood of hitting that target is a lot lower. Now imagine taking a multivitamin with 23 different types of nutrients in it, and you throw 23 different arrows at that target. Are you more likely to hit it? And the answer is absolutely. So again, I think it's just a practical approach to looking at nutrition.
Mm-hmm. Here's the LTN health question of the day. Do you think New Chapter just has a couple of multivitamins, or do you think, a few of them, or do you think they have a lot of them? Try and accommodate age, gender, health status, and whatnot. A few or a lot? Simple.
877-897-8255. If you know the answer, give us a call. Uh-oh, Doc, it looks like you froze. Reggie, did you lose him on your end? Because I think we just lost him.
Can't hear him either.
Well, darn.
Uh,
Well, Charlotte, I guess it's just us till Doc gets back.
It's just us chickens, huh?
I guess so. I guess he found a way to still ask the question without needing to know an actual number. So hopefully someone calls in and gets the question. I would re-ask it. Nobody's called in for the question. I guess we stumped everyone there.
I guess you stumped everybody. Well, I think it may be, one of those things where people are excited about nutrition and maybe they're having trouble dialing the phone because
There you go.
so excited.
Exactly.
happens
Doc's
a lot.
back.
I'm back. I don't know what happened. I
Yay!
got kicked out into the ether. I don't know what happened. All of a sudden, I was disconnected. Sorry. That's just live radio in the age of COVID-19. Oh, my goodness. I apologize.
I
I'm
used to
back.
have anxiety
Yeah.
when you didn't come back from break on time. Now this just is worse. Like by the time you come back in studio, I won't even bother anymore. I'll just be okay
There
with
you-
everything.
Let's go to Bradenton, Florida. Janet, welcome to the show. It's nice to have you on from Bradenton.
Thank you. Nice to be with you.
Yeah, you doing okay for yourself?
Yes, very well, thank you.
Good. Glad. So new chapter. They're always trying to write a new chapter in this book of health, wellness, and well-being, and lots of chapters on nutrition, lots of chapters on dietary supplementation. Given that, do you think they just have a couple of multivitamins, or do you think they have quite a few of them?
I think they have quite a few.
They do. They do. They're trying to. They tailor them. It's almost like an individualized approach. Age, gender, maybe particular health status in mind as well. Well, congratulations. You won a $25 supplement gift card. And I hope all is well in Bradenton. You're safe, you're well. And if you go out into public doing all those things that protect yourself from being infected with that nasty virus.
Thank you so much. We do protect ourselves and we are safe and well.
Ah, good deal. Nice speaking with you, Janet. Thank you so much for listening to the show today. We're grateful. Thank you for your call. Congratulations. Charlotte, nice speaking with
you.
you today, too, as well. Let me ask you something. With children, when do you think it's an appropriate, what do you think an appropriate age is to give a child a multi?
Wow, that's a great question. So if it's an adult multi, remember that most multivitamins in the United States are actually formulated for adults, which means a person 12 years and over who is of an average height-weight ratio. Now, if you're talking about little ones, and I'll be 100% honest with you, we don't make children's vitamins at New Chapter yet, but I will say that I've got my little ones on vitamin D, and I like to give them a multi that they may or may not eat, but I certainly try.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's there's no substitute for food. You know that, and I know that. And food is to be enjoyed, and food is nourishing, and food can be therapeutic. It can be a lot of different things. Food is not just food. Quality and whatnot make a difference. And getting children to eat good food is challenging. And then when you introduce supplements, that becomes yet another challenge because that's one more thing for them to do, right? And you got to catch them early, but you can't catch them too early in giving them supplements. In my view, that's my opinion. I don't know. I don't even know if I know the exact answer to that question that I asked you. That is a hard question to answer, maybe on some level.
Well, I think every body is different, and that's the same goes for children. I mean, some children have phenomenal eating habits. Some have food
There you go.
sensitivity. Some have
You're 100% right. I got to cut you off because we're headed out of here. Thank you so much. Your health is your wealth, and your health is the wealth of those that care about and love you.
Everyone's raving about the newest botanical superstar hitting the store shelves